gonna dress the one character who is also me in this hoodie so I can match it with these shots and pretend that that's him.
But it had nothing to do with the story, so it wasn't even pivotal. But he like based a bunch of it around one piece of stock footage.
I don't like.
I miss my brother. I miss him. I miss what I never knew. I miss what I never knew. I miss Cade.
This movie is called Twisted Pair, but like this has nothing to do with the twins at all. Like the twins never factor into anything.
No, but like
you would
barely.
forget this is a movie about twins.
They say they miss each other randomly during parts, and then they have a couple of interactions which are awkward, and then it's like, and then he goes on and keeps working for the agency without ever really mentioning his brother until he comes up again.
You know, much like Kale in real life, there's a lot of talk about it, a lot of hype, big letdown.
Yeah.
What was the point of Kale? He's like, okay, so they're, I guess, you know, they're showing the divergent paths that they have, you know, like, Cade is like, he has this love story and he's with this agency and he's like a good guy trying to take down Couscous or whatever the fuck.
Mr. Coos.
He helps the stock footage of soldiers. He's like, stay behind me, I'll protect you. And then it seems like they're dead.
How many times people just freeze frame like they're supposed to be standing still?
Wait. Let me go first. I'll protect you.
So he's doing all of these like good guy things or whatever, and then Kale is he's just a druggie with a beard who's got this druggie girlfriend. He's also got these guys in a basement.
He goes and kidnaps 3, I don't know, politicians, bankers, something or other. And
one's
he's like,
an attorney. He tells him he's going to sue
one is
him
an
if he doesn't let him out of his torture chamber.
I'm an attorney, and I'm going to see that you are put in jail for the rest of your life.
I don't give a shit. This is my form of justice.
He's like, tell me your crimes. And they're like, oh, we did like one of each.
The stolen cars.
Yeah, we did this.
All the politicians we've been paying off.
Oh yeah, we sold government secrets too.
Yeah, we've even sold military secrets.
Like that was a pretty fucking busy attorney.
The illegal guns.
Don't forget the drugs.
The illegal drugs.
The assassinations.
The CEOs we had assassinated.
Then,
human trafficking.
We definitely
all
did that
those
one.
corrupt deals we made.
Millions embezzled from charities.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one too. Thanks for reminding me, buddy.
The insurance scams we run.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shoot you in the shoulder really cleanly.
Yeah, he goes, don't worry, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna shoot you in the soldier and let you rot here.
What? Why is any of this happening? And they keep cutting to it like this is gonna come to a head sometime.
Yeah, like
oh, he's got to confront his brother. Like, you know, you can't. There's ways of doing this. You can't just do your own thing, even though he's kind of doing his own thing. But it's just like he's told by the agency to do it, so it's fine.
I love like when he's inserted himself into the stock footage where they're doing like, you know, like touching touch screens that are like translucent.
He was programming his own artificial brain.
Yeah, and it's like he's used either like a crappy Luma key or like a transfer mode that just like gets rid of the black. So it's like everything else is like semi-translucent and he's there like, oh, I'm a part of this. I look the same as you guys, don't I? He's like coming in. Hello, fellow stock footage. I am one of you, right?
People are gonna be talking about this like Chills is gonna bring this up, right? Like this stock footage is still scary regardless.
It might be real. We don't know.
We see some sort of melted creature come out next to the woman, and she doesn't react. Some people say this is fake for a movie, but either way, it's unregrettable.
Chills is gonna be thrilled with this shout out.
Fuck! I hope the Chills fans don't find us. Top 15 YouTubers who have made fun of me. But before I get to the #1 person who's made fun of me, if you want to see what I really look like, go to my MySpace page. That's where Neil Breen is. He's on MySpace.
MySpace, why did you do this? Why did you commit suicide?
Why?
Who's there? Who's there? Who are you? Who's there?
The twin is unregrettable in this movie. He has nothing to do with anything. Most of this is about
Cusco.
Emperor Cusco getting his new groove with the cyber and terror attack.
So you're interested in my special art and investing in my special projects.
He's digitally pitched down this guy's voice, and it's like almost incoherent at times.
Yeah, until his scenes, I thought this was just like the normal world, but there's like a secret government agency or whatever doing this, but everything else is normal. But then when he appears, it's like there's also magic stuff, and it's just kind of mundane, because there's like the deep voice man, and then the fairy's there, but they don't introduce this at all. It's like, why is there a lady with these fairy wings?
Yeah.
Very slowly teleporting 4 feet. She could have walked in less time than it took to fade into the background to be where he was.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if this winged muse or fairy or whatever it is, like, it's working with the evil art man, maybe, but
it's like his assistant.
Yeah.
But she doesn't do anything.
No, she doesn't do anything, and like Neil Breen walks in and like he sees she's magic, like sparkle deedly doos are all around her, and he's like, anyway, I'm here to talk to you, art man, with your glass beads.
He's got a bunch of glass in a bowl that seems to be
fake diamonds.
Is that what they were?
Yeah, they're fake diamonds.
Did they say they're diamonds? Did it have to do with anything?
I don't think they ever named them, but that's what they were. They're like little fake diamonds, which are glass or plastic.
I don't know what it had to do with anything. The most confusing part is when the fairy lady is watching an old Neil Breen film and then disappears, and then those same diamonds are in her stilettos.
Yeah, that's for the sequel. He's gonna go around and try and fit that shoe on someone.
You know what it is? It's gonna disappear and then reappear into those kids' hands, and then they're gonna bury their fruity pebbles, and then it begins fateful findings. Yeah. It all connects eventually. Yeah. He even does sort of the same speech at the end, when he gives the anti-corruption speech.
So this time he's
the camera.
Like he wasn't talking to anyone in Fateful Findings either, but this time he's just in the middle of a purple forest talking to no one.
Yeah, they didn't even pretend it was some sort of like meeting.
Conference.
Yeah, conference.
I love it. He's having a press conference in the purple forest.
That's how he's staying. Yeah, all the like woodland creatures.
Yeah, that eagle, Astro Eagle himself was very interested. Oh yeah, I'm listening.
This guy comes here every week saying that he's some sort of cyborg alien twin.
Astro Eagle, my dearest friend, you need to know about the corruption with the corrupty corruptors.
I'm here. I'm here. I'll be right here.
He kept saying, I am here, and I don't know if that's connected to his I Am Here Now movie that he did. I haven't seen it, so I can't confirm. All you Breen heads out there, is this a connection? Does this mean something?
He's a brainiac.
Yeah, brainiac. Any brainiacs out there? That's better than brainheads.
You know I can't talk about my work. I can't reveal secrets.
There's a love story going on. So Cade, there's a couple love stories. There's the druggy love story, and then there's the love story with Cade, where he's got the lady that he takes on a date, and he can't talk about his work. And they fool a homeless man and the audience into thinking they don't know each other.
And like half of the conversation during this part is like him thinking in his head too. So it's just like he's fooling himself as well. Like, what is this nonsense?
I apologize.
Leave me alone.
Let me make it up to you.
No.
I'll take you out to dinner.
Leave me alone. I have a boyfriend.
Let's have a drink. Let's have a drink.
Leave me alone.
Hey, that's the girl I met earlier. I'm gonna go follow her.
He runs into her and acts like a fucking creepo.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, just go on one date. Let's go on one date.
Meet me back here at 8. Meet me back here at 8. Meet me back here at 8.
Which is totally unnecessary to keep up this ruse that they don't know each other. Like 2 seconds later, he comes over and he's like, it is 8 o'clock and she is not here. And the homeless guy,
what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? You tried. He walks away and then he's like, that is that woman from earlier. I will follow her.
Yeah.
And then goes into her apartment and we're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, it's filmed like he's gonna break in and rape her.
Yeah, and I kept thinking this had to do with the twin, like mistaken identity or something, which only plays into the one scene where I never had a beard.
Yeah, way later, like near the last quarter of the movie, I think that happens.
Yeah, they never use the fact he has a twin to, like, any advantage in the story or anything.
No.
They showed the twin sneaking around after he asked the girl on the date, so that's why I thought it was his twin attacking her, because you saw, like, the guy in black and then the bum kind of reacting to him, maybe?
Yeah.
He looked at him, anyway.
Yeah.
And then, like, he breaks into her apartment and he attacks her. She attacks him with a painting.
Yeah, smashes him over the head.
And this, like, turns into some sort of foreplay for them?
You were supposed to meet me at 8. Bitch. Get over here. Bitch. Tell Mom I said hi.
Got it.
It's so confusing because it's like, this could be just the actions of a hero in his universe. I don't know.
And if it's some weird, like, foreplay thing, it's like they seem to just stop anyway.
Yeah.
It's like we're not actually gonna do anything. We're just LOL anyway when you're talking to your mother later. Like, what?
I don't know.
Bitch.
But it's like, he can't bother to have a voiceover that says, like, hey, that's just the way we fool around or something. He's just like,
It's just a
AI, artificial intelligence. Like, he can tell us that again means nothing.
Synthetic brain power. A deep learning neural network. AI. The singularity in AI, fright, and interest are not far from each other.
He finds out that the lady is working for the bad guys via, like, a phone call that is just one line. She's one of them.
She sees him hugging his evil brother's, I don't know, ex-girlfriend, maybe
Yeah,
at this
he broke
point.
up with her because she wanted just the drugs and the money. She wasn't interested in the
the
abuse.
beard.
In the beard,
Give
yeah.
me a beard.
Yeah, well, he spends all his time straightening his beard. It's
Yeah.
really weird.
There's a great hit. He, like, hits her and goes...
Yeah, he misses her the first time,
Yeah.
so, like, they try it again.
But, like, she still acts like she got hit, so
Yeah.
it's like...
Oh my god.
These are yours, bitch.
And then she kind of slides off their blanket
Yeah.
for it.
Other than the drugs and the money, they had a great relationship, and she threw it all away.
But it's also played like normal Neil Breen normal. Massive sarcasm quotes around that. The good one. His girlfriend is like jealous, like she thinks he's having an affair or something, but
Yeah,
then
he sees them. She sees them hugging, and
Yeah.
then thinks something's going on, and then it's like, did she betray him because of that, or?
yeah, but then it's like, no, she was apparently always working with evil art, man.
Yeah.
So that really had nothing to do with anything.
No, they meet up after having a montage of their greatest hits.
And then green screen themselves walking into the darkness, but they don't change. They don't get darker, so it's just like, look at how bright we are in this darkness.
Yeah, she takes out a gun while he's looking away. He pulls out the gun like he's gonna sneak up. Yeah.
Now you might pray to God, y'all, but I like Lucifer best of all. Don't keep changing, waiting. Don't keep changing, waiting. Sunday school is a place for fools. It's hot in hell, but the devil's cool. Don't keep changing, waiting. Don't keep changing, waiting. So don't just sit there, join the club. Sell your soul to Beelzebub.
Hey everybody, it is I, Count Jackula, your favorite satanic streamer, here again for another satanic stream. The sin is in, everybody. And so how is everyone doing? I see Zombie Warriors with us. Hello, Zombie Warrior. Mousedon, Perry Aegis, Sebastian Edmond, Cat Hermit, Alexander Leslie, Ajax LaRue, and the rest. It is now showtime. How is every little thing? Hoping you're all doing well. It has been a very, it has been a week. It's been a couple of weeks, actually. I haven't seen you guys in a couple of weeks. And part of the reason for that is a whole lot of problems coming up at once. One, someone tried to break into my car and fucked it, and they didn't succeed in stealing the car, but they did succeed in breaking the steering wheel. So I had to take the car to get repaired because I was like, I don't know if I can deal with the steering wheel on my own. Like there are a lot of there's some fiddly bits in the type of car that I've got, that make it impossible to hotwire, but also make it very difficult to repair the steering column. So I had that. And then the same day, the cat got sick. So I had to call a friend, take the cat to the emergency room, where we discovered he had lungworms, which I didn't know was a thing. I did not know that was a thing. Not at all. I did not know that was a thing. So that was a problem. And then the mechanic who was dealing with the car gives me this huge quote. And I'm like, what? To replace a steering column? It can't be that bad. So I talked him down a little bit. I'm like, all right. This will be fine. So the cat got better, but my car still isn't fixed. The cat got better, but my car isn't fixed. So they apparently were fucking around doing something like getting a spare part and stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, man, what the hell? Like, what the fucking hell? So I call them up. It's been like over a week at this point. In fact, it's been over 2 weeks. And the guy jacked the price back up after he told me that, like, the price wouldn't increase. So that resulted in a confrontation. A pretty ugly confrontation where I was like, look, man, you said it wouldn't go over this. Now it has. And this old guy. He's like, man, you understand. It's like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no. You fucking hold up. No, you fucking hold up. You quoted me a price. I'm fucking sticking you to it. He's like, well, if you want me to put the car back the way it was and undo all that work. And I'm like, so you're willing to do, so after telling me you're charging me for all this extra work, right? This extra work, you're willing to just undo it and put the car back the way it was with the broken parts and everything. Is that what you're telling me? And you're going to do that for free. You can use all those hours that you were going to charge me for. You're going to double them and make no money. At which point, we kept shouting at each other until he finally agreed to the original price. I'm not happy. I am not happy. Because it's just one of those things where it's like, come on, man. You made me wait 2 weeks and then you jacked the price up. Fuck you. And he's charging me, the amount he's charging me for the part is one of those, like, it did not cost this much. You admitted you had to get a used part. I know how much those used parts cost. Like, I know how much this costs. So, hey, Chrome Bison. So, yeah. Fuck that place. Fuck that place. Was super fucking angry. But one of the good things that happened is I did get to see Death Clock in concert. Friend had an extra ticket because another friend couldn't go. Baby Metal opened up. Death Clock went on. It was a good night. But it was, it was odd because there was a lot of the old crew there. So it was nice seeing like people that I was kind of familiar with. But jeez. Otherwise, my week kind of sucked. Yeah, woo. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Dilly-ding-dong, tick-tock. Dilly-doo, tick-tock, tick. Dilly-tick-tock, tick-tock. Dilly-tick-tock, tick-tock. Dilly-tick-tock, tick-tock. Oh, man. Yeah. Death Clock does rule. The way they're in concert though is they have animations playing while the band plays with the lights off of them with the they only bring up the lights at the end of the show. So you can't tell who's doing what voice because I'm pretty sure like Brendan Smalls does like 3 of them. Oh man. But yeah, that was my week. That was my couple of weeks. Ain't been great. Ain't been the best. Let's see. Sebastian Edmonds says my dad had an issue like that where he borrowed his brother's car, had engine trouble. Our neighbor, who's a mechanic, offered to replace a part. We pulled money together to pay him for it, and it didn't work. Car lasted a day, and the neighbor started ducking us. Took our money, dude, and you did a bad job. Yeah. I took it to a pro because I was like, well, I don't want to fuck with it. I could probably replace this, but who knows what'll go wrong and, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm sort of like, would it have been easier if I had done it? I don't know. Yeah, the guy was, what a fucking asshole. Man, I had another friend, they had car troubles and they had to ask their family for help and their family gave them no end of shit for it. And it's just like, oh, come on. Cars break. Fucking stop. Like, I just come to the conclusion that there are just a lot of people in this world that just need to fucking dunk on people. They just need to. They just need to remind someone that they're better than they are. Like, that's all there is to it. And I keep wondering, like, what do we do with all these people? It's an awful lot of them, and they tend to be in positions of authority. So, what do we do? And I got nothing. Like, I got nothing other than keep them out of your life as you possibly can, because they're just pieces of shit that don't deserve your attention. They don't deserve your time, And they'll usually be family, right? They'll usually be family, so they'll pull the family card on you. Like, you have to tolerate me. I'm family. And I'm like, nope. No, I don't. Tolerate you the way I tolerate a bad cold. I deal with it as a fact of life, but I don't invite it in. You know? And these people, they're just too difficult to deal with. They're way too difficult to deal with. Narcissism runs rampant in positions of power. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, they do. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, the level of public narcissism these days is really fucking high. And I don't know what to fucking do about it. I don't fucking do about it because I don't know if there is anything that any of us individually can do besides avoid them. You know, it's really hard because they'll use everything to try to keep you around so that they have someone to feel superior to. You know, because that's what they need, right? They need to feel superior. They need to feel like they're better. You know, whereas I'm just sort of like, I believe in trying to treat people fairly unless they've screwed me over. Then I try not to deal with them at all. You know? Perry says one uncle was anti-Semitic. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Or you have to tolerate me. We've been friends for so many years. Well, we don't have to be friends going forward, you know? Like, that's pretty simple calculus. Social media has made it an everyday occurrence, I think, is the best way to put what social media has done for this. Like, it has allowed itself to be displayed and paraded in ways never before understood or experienced. And I think it is wearing us down. You know, I think we all have, like, narcissistic abuse trauma at this point. You know, which is a very, very bad thing. It's not good. Yeah, thanks to Facebook, high school doesn't have to end. Yeah, fuck that. Like, I was having, like, I've been having similar problems with all of social media. Like, I had this one thing, like, the only, hey, our kitty. The only people that tend to keep going on TikTok are, like, professional cosplayers who have to do it as part of their job, and white dudes. Everybody else has to take a break. Like, they have to step away for long periods of time, you know, because the abuse just gets to be too much. Meow? Meow? Do you want to be pet? Do you want to be pet? Do you want to be picked up? Yes. No, you never want to be picked up. You never want to be picked up. Bad. No, when you open that door, you come say hi. You're going to come say hello. You're going to say hello. Isn't that right? Right, kitty. The kitty. Kitty needs your petting. Oh, he's done. He's done. He's a wiggly one. Oh, fine. Why the dog gets to come in, because I can pet the dog. Yeah. That was what ruined the YouTube secular community. They use the fans to attack each other. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that shit happened a lot. You know, what is even the purpose of Instagram? Oh, look at me. I'm cool and or pretty. Like, that's kind of it. You know, Instagram is not as bad as TikTok. Like, girls still kind of rule Instagram. You know, but lately TikTok has like started to become ruled by like guys with podcasts. Know what I mean? It's gotten so bad that like the stereotype of the person who has a podcast is like a dude in his a white guy in his 30s or 40s who bitches about women. You know, like that's who we've ceded the power to. You know, that's who took over. Steps 8 says, apparently a buddy of mine I've known for years somehow hasn't seen Blade. Well, that's weird. Yeah, Sebastian says, half the shit on Instagram you already do on Facebook or OnlyFans. Well, yeah. Yeah, there's that. But, like, everyone's trying to extend their reach. And so they tend to put the naughty but not explicit shit on Instagram and redirect them towards OnlyFans. They used to do that on TikTok a lot, but these days a lot less so. There's a lot less of that on TikTok. You know, TikTok is getting like kind of boring, you know, and I've been noticing my own like opinions and prejudices when it comes to TikTok. You know, yeah, I do kind of miss when TikTok was just like music and funny dances and funny videos. Like that's the best time of any of these, right? That was the best time of YouTube. That was the best time of TikTok. That was the best time of Instagram stories, you know, like all that shit. You know, all that stuff is when things are best. And then at some point, something happens. I don't know why Instagram is not as filled with these like right-wing Puritan douchebags. Like I don't hear as much of the like fucking high-value woman, you know, like kind of bullshit from people on Instagram. Whereas I go on TikTok and it's like I gotta dodge and duck and weave and, you know, like it's impossible to fucking dodge it all. You know, it's just there. You know? And like every time I go through TikTok, there's always like, hey, do you want conservative Christian content? I'm like, no. Get this away from me. You're like, go, shoo, away with you. I want to talk to these people. I'm tired of them. You know, I just want them to go away. I just want them to feel bad and leave. You know? Yeah. The Puritan shit. Well, here's the thing. My opinion on where a lot of this comes from is church kids up on their bullshit. That's where I think it comes from. I think you got church kids on their bullshit, and that's who's really pushing it. And the thing is that they're always fucking... I don't think most people think that way. I think most people think that they need to behave that way, but I don't think they actually think that way. I think they're just afraid of the kids who've always called them out, calling them out online. And so just the loud, racist, misogynist assholes are the ones that fucking grab the mic. Hey, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge an alpha male racist. Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of alpha male bullshit where I'm just sort of like, you gotta stop, man. Like, I think we should. It's not alpha male shit, even in the fake way that we understand it. What it really is anti-femininity. It's anti-femininity. Like, anything they see as feminine, i.e., not masculine, they will just hate on. It wasn't that long ago these same people hated video games and thought video games was pussy shit. Like, for real. For real. Like, video games were not a cool thing to do throughout my entire childhood. I just did it anyway. Because fuck you. You don't get to tell me what to do in the privacy of my own goddamn home one way or the other. Yeah, and then you got the Tumblr aunties who I think it's the same thing. I think it's Christians up on their bullshit under the guise of fucking it's Christian bullshit under the guise of tolerance. They'll use feminism, they'll use liberal terms, they'll use queer rights, they'll use whatever fucking argument that they think they need to in order to get their way. That's how Christianity works. It is how it has worked for over 1,000 years. Yeah, video games and tabletop RPGs were considered lame up until the internet. Oh, dude, tabletop RPGs were considered lame up until the last 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Marvel movies right now. There's nothing really. I mean, there hasn't been one in a bit. To be fair, they've had to pull back and rethink their whole plan. That's why you haven't seen one in a while. Not to mention the strikes. We're not going to really get it. We're not going to really get out of that until later this year. Like, we're not going to see the productions that happened after the strikes were resolved until later this year. So you're getting your break from Marvel right now. Yep. Yeah. Well, like, this is how it's going to this is how, like, a lot of things are going to happen. It's I don't know how to fucking put it, but there is a lot of thing. We've lost cool. We've lost cool. Modern culture does not have a good idea of cool anymore. And that makes me sad. That was something I didn't think we would lose that easily, but we did. We've lost cool. Because cool don't come from these mainstream motherfuckers. They don't come from the alpha. It doesn't come from the alpha males. It doesn't come from, you know, the loud talking head people. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. It comes from the weirdos. Cool always comes from the weirdos. You know, the people who think a little bit differently, the early adopters. You know, those are really into something. That's where cool comes from. You know, and cool by its definition has to be multigender. You know, everyone from male to female has to be in on it. You can't have cool if you're keeping girls away. You can't have cool if you're keeping boys away. You know, things are still popular, but it's not cool. That sensation of like, yeah, we're having fun and being a little bad, and nobody knows, We are outside of the norm. Like, we've lost our sense of that. Yeah, we're in an era of conformity right now. I wonder what's going to crack it. Probably Gen Z. Probably Gen Z as it gets older. They've got, I'll put it simply, they got nothing else. And so when they start doing something that no one else is aware of, that is going to become what's cool. Yeah, what I think is really fucking funny is cool can be a little relative. For example, like back in the 90s, Vampire the Masquerade was cool. Like that was a cool game, Yeah. Whatever Gen Z really comes up with that is theirs will probably be pretty cool. Because not a lot of people, like, they're getting a lot of people to pay attention to them, but right now it's only the assholes. And that can't go on forever. But I think a lot of the internet swallowed that whole conservatism is cool line. I'm like, conservatism is the definition of not cool. Oh, I don't want to conform to non-conformity. Well, then you're not cool. Shut up. Then what are you? Were you just a contrarian? Nobody likes that. Everyone gets tired of that shit pretty quick. Hey, there was a period of time when having a podcast or a YouTube show was pretty cool. Not so much these days. which makes me a little sad, you know? Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Gen Z. We haven't seen what they can do yet. We haven't seen what they can do yet. You know, the world does not want to pay attention to them right now. And that is the breeding ground of counterculture. Like, one of the problems that happened with the millennial generation is everyone was watching. Not good. Not good for counterculture. Very bad, actually. You know, very bad. Yeah, and so much shit is going wrong. They haven't had a chance to breathe. Well, something's going to break. Something's going to break. It has to. People can't withstand this much stress. You know, and right now, a lot of the lack of cool comes down is I do blame conservatives. I blame conservatives way more than I blame liberals. Way more. You know, because all they want is their way. And they have been pushing their way ever since the Trump presidency. Like fucking 4 years out, we haven't recovered. 4 years out, we haven't recovered. You know, no, I actually feel bad for millennials because they were sold a bill of goods, and it was a lie. They focused on school and college like they were supposed to, with no one acknowledging that getting a good job is not the end-all be-all of existence. It just isn't. I don't even wish it was otherwise. You know, they just sold millennials lies. You know, and then they pulled the rug out from under them. And then blamed them. Well, they've been abused in a way that Gen X wasn't. Gen X was neglected, which is different. Neglect allows you to develop your own culture, your own ways of dealing with things, and those things become cool. However, millennial was the age of the helicopter parent. And so it was a generation that did not have as much freedom to discover how to deal with things on their own. They were just told they were doing everything wrong. You know, Gen Xers are the lifelong latchkey kids. Yep. You learn to live without parents pretty early on. Parents were the things that kept you in or out of the house. You know, it's tough. You know, but like every time the millennial generation attempted to toughen up, they were knocked down systematically. You know, what the hell? But now nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows what to do. The future is so uncertain that nobody knows what to do. You know, it's it's not tenable. The center can't hold on that. Something has to be built. Something has to be built, and something will be built. Like, one thing that I think is definitely going to happen is you're going to see the rise of unions again. Like, in a big way. Because there's no way you don't get that. There's no way that doesn't happen. The only way that could not happen is if there is a massive fascist interruption. Which is what they're hoping for. It's just what they're hoping to pull. People are hoping to pull off. A fascist interruption of that. But the problem is this. You can only interrupt it. You can't stop it. "10, 15 years after fascism takes over and everything's been wrecked and everyone has nothing, you have to have some form of socialism. You have to. Otherwise, the society just goes away. It just goes away. So what I'm saying, if no matter what happens next, be it fascism or not, America must embrace socialism or it will cease to be the United States of America. And I don't mean that in a metaphorical way, and I don't mean that in a way of like, I don't recognize my country anymore. I mean, the country's going to be over. The country will be over. And it will split apart. It will split apart. It's gotten that drastic. Why do you think the Republicans have become so unpopular? Like, they were never cool. People didn't like them. But they've never been as hated as they are now. They've never been as despised. En masse. I mean, I hated them for all that time. But it was always a rough 50-50 split. It was always a rough split. Hey, Flashman, how you doing? Yeah. Like, I wouldn't even call Germany a socialist country, but it has socialism in it. We're going to have to do that. We are going to have to do that for the lower class. We have to. We have to. We're not going to survive. America will not survive otherwise. There is simply too much concentrated wealth. The irony being, a 90-10 split is still a sustainable fucking economic society. We don't have that. We don't have 90-10. We have 99.99.99.99 versus less than 1/100th of 1%. That's too much. That is way too much. We were already headed for bad times, with what developed the housing crisis. I remember, if you're an American, you paid for that. You paid for that bailout. You paid for that bailout. That's where your tax money went. Oh, but they paid it back. Yeah, but they also didn't fix any of the problems. Do 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 do. Yeah, free healthcare, free dental. God damn it. And dental should be part of healthcare. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh yeah, the billionaires are just oligarchs. Yeah, that's all they are. You know, that's what Bezos is. That's what fucking Musk is. They're oligarchs. You know, that's what they are. You know, and now they want to get rid of democracy because that's the last thing they see as in their way of having total control. And in a way, they're right. There's just one problem. They're not going to be able to hold on to that much control. They're not. The oligarchs at that point will turn on each other. They will eat each other. They will absolutely eat each other. You know, and at that point, everything goes down the toilet. You know, at that point, we become mid-90s Russia. We really do. We really, really do at that point. You know, we're getting there now. You know, it's just that the thing that is destroying us isn't scarcity, it's false scarcity. Zuckerberg versus Musk. Oh, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, Zuckerberg and Musk kind of already exists. Like, they eat each other right now. But the only thing that unites them is the idea of getting rid of democracy. You know, but with the destruction of democracy comes the destruction of the civil way of handling major civil way of handling arguments, which is the whole point of it. Now what happens? At that point, he who controls the president wins. And they're not going to want to let go of that power. They're not going to want to let go of that power. So what's that mean? Well, it means war. It means war. That's how wars get started. You know? Two people have an irresolvable difference, and there is no system of authority over them. That's how wars happen. Yeah, strip club performance and topless waitresses can form unions. We can all form unions. Yeah. Post-collapse of the USSR? Yeah, totally. It could happen here. It's happening. It's happening right now. Your money is buying less and less. And you're not getting any more of it. You know? You're not getting any more of it. Well, I find that really, really upsetting. You know? Realizing that I'm probably going to be in the same economic bracket the rest of my life. Ain't getting better. You know? Ain't getting better. And that's a little depressing. Oh, yeah, the future is fucked. Yeah, the future is fucked. You know, that was, yeah, that was a little prescient. You know, I'd rather remember the best of the 80s than have to relive it with the worst. You know, I meant that. I meant that. You know, but then other people wanted to bring it back, and I'm like, no, don't bring it back, really. You know, I want Stranger Things. I don't want the actual 80s. You know, like I don't want the actual 80s. You know, like there's and give up all that progress bullshit. Nah, I just want to be able to hang out at a club or a mall, man. You know, like come on, that's what I wanted. No one wants to relive Skid Row. Oh, geez. Well, Skid Row is Skid Row again. I can't believe it. Skid Row is Skid Row again. I thought we had handled that. You know? Nah, Skid Row again. Fucking hell. You know. I'm less worried about the West Coast, to be totally honest. I'm less worried about the West Coast. I'm still worried. But every place that isn't the West Coast, I am very worried about. I'm very worried about what's going to happen there. Like, California still has ways of getting its utilities to kind of comply. But the way, like, for example, Michigan. Michigan has to work really hard to not just become Flint. It has to actively do something to keep from becoming Flint. You know, and I know Michigan can do it. You know, it's just a matter of if it happens. You know, that's why down ballot shit is going to be real important in Michigan. It's going to be super important. You know, like if you're in Michigan, get to know everybody. And know everybody down ballot as much as you can. You know, I know it's a lot of work. I live in California. Do you know how much down ballot there is in California? It's a lot. It's quite a lot. Every fucking year, I have to try to familiarize myself with like 36 new people. And it's hard. It's hard. You know, it's hard and it's boring. You know, that's why I recommend people do what we do, which is get in groups and discuss the politicians, but no more than like a month before election. Too much changes. Like usually the last like couple of weeks is spent like researching these people, looking into these people. You know. Yeah, there's a lot of MAGA head shit in Michigan. That's bad. That's very, very, very bad. And it reminds me of something that Christopher Hitchens said before he died, which is the next battle will be liberal democracy versus fundamentalist religion. Oh boy, was he right. I think he was right in a way he didn't expect. But I think he was definitely right on what the struggle is. Mullets and porn stashes will be cool again. Hey, don't say it won't be. Don't say it won't be. You never know. You never fucking know. I'll be keeping my mohawk no matter what happens, you know. And I can't grow a porn stash, so because if I did, I probably would have already. Yeah, Maine's trying. Yeah. Yeah, Hitchinson nailed it. He nailed it. Christopher Hitchens nailed it on that one. You know, he was very right. And I think one of the ways forward is to let go of our obsession with Western culture. Western style culture is not the greatest thing to have ever happened. It's pretty good. But we have to stop thinking about it that way. We have to fucking think. Not in terms of East and West, but what is good for your neighbors? What is good for the largest amount of people? You know, one of the trends that I really hated that happened last year was the whole, how often do you think of the Roman Empire? Which, like, I could tell was conservative bullshit. Like, that was a conservative psyop, clearly. Fucking clearly. You know, because my answer was, I think Rome gets way too much credit. Rome gets too much credit. Europe has roads now, Rome can go away. You know, that to me was the big fucking, you know, gift of Rome. Roads. That was it. Their roads. Yep. They built roads. They built great roads. Those roads stand today. Good going. Good going, Rome. You gave us roads. Everything else could like kind of kiss. Everything else can kiss my ass. You know, I could take or leave. You know, they also destroyed the Library of Alexandria. Fuck you. You know. You know. Also gave us that stupid fucking story about the Spartans, who weren't even Roman, by the way. It was back when that area was still Greece. The aqueduct. Yeah. Aqueduct. Okay. Aqueduct and irrigation. That was, all right. There you go. You know, but for the most part, they get way too much credit. Actually, the aqueduct was actually created by the Greeks. So, like, once again, too much credit. Yeah. Well, like, oh, God, I can't believe that one of the big ads during the Super Bowl was a Jesus ad. Like, that was like, wow. Wow. Don't that tell you where we're at? Don't that tell you where we're at? What, you mean Frank Miller wrote 300 based on a lie? Yeah, and like, for that matter, it's like, I found myself wondering how much of Spartan life Frank Miller even understood. Because, like, Leonidas is, like, bitching about Athenians being pederasts, and I'm like, you are the Spartans. You guys put the pedo to the meadow. Like, you were famous for it. You were proud of it. What? I could overlook a lot. I'm like, I can overlook a lot of shit, but like having Leonidas say that was just one of those. Are you fucking kidding me? Did you actually write that, Frank? Didn't Rome borrow a lot from Greece? Yeah. Rome started out as like an offshoot of Greece. Romulus and Remus, like whatever. Yeah, Sparta lasted a while, but they pissed off everyone around them. Like, they were very unpopular. Yeah, same guy wrote Holy Terror. Like, man, he had some fucking issues to work out. Like, I understand the trauma response, but, like, I don't know if I would have committed that to Page. Oh, Dark Knight Strikes Again. Yeah, that, not so great. Yep. Rome was all about cultural appropriation. That's where the church got it from. That's where the church got it from. Like, that's one of the things that they took from that. Yeah. Oh, Zack Snyder. Like, oh boy. Yeah, that guy just needs to stop. Like, his movies are not good. Like, I thought he was, like, you had Army of the Dead, right? That was pretty good. That was a pretty good one. I was like, yeah, I knew Zach could pull together a real movie, and now he's making his own Star Wars, and it's like, motherfucker, like, this just sucks. Or, I don't know. And then he was talking about maybe redoing Sucker Punch, and I'm like, no, let it go, dude. There's no way you can fucking save that shit. It's just awful. And the thing is that I was coming around on him, right? He did the Snyder Cut. Actually, turns out Snyder Cut fucking Justice League's pretty good. You're like, yeah, this is what you should have done in the first place. Mm-hmm. Yep. Pretty good. He made Army of the Dead. That was pretty good. And then he got right back up on his bullshit, and that doesn't matter. Like fucking, what's that thing? Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon is basically fucking Sucker Punch for an extra 2 hours. Everything that's wrong with Sucker Punch, except for the musical numbers. Rebel Moon doesn't have musical numbers. Oh, wait, actually it does. Yeah, the second one does have a musical number, now that I think about it. When they're cutting the corn or the wheat or whatever, space wheat. Cutting that space wheat or whatever the fuck. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Rebel Moon is Battle Beyond the Stars done really badly. Like, and Battle Beyond the Stars wasn't like the greatest to begin with, but it was serviceable. Rebel Moon is just bad. Zach thought Sucker Punch was a feminist statement. Will not be funny to me. Oh, it just, man, like, okay, here's the thing with Sucker Punch. Like, I found myself going like, dude, let me put it this way. There's nothing Sucker Punch did that Poor Things didn't do 100 times better. There is nothing that fucking Sucker Punch did that Poor Things didn't do 100 times better. Poor Things, while still written by two dudes, kind of got it. Like, they kind of got it. You know, I wouldn't say it's definitely like a fairy tale. You know, it's a fairy tale of like, man, shouldn't this be like how all women grow up? You know? You know? You know, it really, like I said, it's an idealized fairy tale, like about a woman written by two guys, done by two guys, you know. But I believe that they know women, you know. I believe that they understand women to a certain extent, you know, like they at least understand that they are human beings. You know, ironically, by having a female main character that isn't a human being. She is a Frankenstein. And she's a Frankenstein, but they took her along the Pinocchio path, which I thought was pretty cool. You know, that was a really good movie. That was really fun. Yeah, they understood the assignment. You know, it's that Shakespearean thing. It may not be what is true, but it is what we wish were true. Got to get art house people to see Frankenhooker. Yeah, you're not entirely wrong. You know, you're not incorrect. You know, the thing is, I actually really like art house horror movies. Like, I always have. I always thought they were wonderful. You know, the art house movies I tended to hate were the ones that tried to be better than the genre, because I've seen a lot of those. Ooh. In which I'm like, fuck you. You know, because, like, one of my favorite art house directors was, my favorite, oh God, well, of course, my favorite of all time is Alejandro Jodorowsky. But coming up right behind him is Ken Russell, and right after him, Federico Fellini. As a film analyst, I really like, what's his name? Hold on. dude, Ingmar Bergman. As a film analyst, I really like Ingmar Bergman, but the man but he's insufferable. You know, like that guy clearly thought a lot of himself. And it shows. Now, the good thing is that as a filmmaker, he actually is a genius. But man, are his movies full of themselves. His movies were super full of themselves. Very super, they defined pretentious. Like so many people, when they think of pretension, they think of French filmmakers. But I'm like, nah, man, Ingmar Bergman, that guy is super pretentious. Oh, man. But like I said, his movies are worth watching, but you're definitely gonna like want to slap the guy. You know, it's one of those, I'm not saying you're not a genius, Ingmar Bergman. I'm just saying you're an asshole. But those guys had a lot of imitators, and those imitators sucked. Would you say Robert Eggers movies are art house films? Yeah, most of them are. I haven't seen all of them. I've seen most of them, but like The Lighthouse and The Witch, yeah, those are art house films. Yeah, I would say that those are art house films, you know, and I love them. I think they're amazing. I feel like The Lighthouse is taking the best of Ingmar Bergman and just adding a ghoulish sense of humor to it. You know, you know, it's like he was able to Eggers was able to imitate Bergman and take him in a direction Bergman would have never gone. You know, but like that movie is such a love letter to the films of Bergman. You know, it's like it's one of the things that's so cool about it, in my opinion. You know, because like I said, Bergman was a genius. He's just also a pretentious dickhead. But there are worse things to be. Holy Mountain, Santa Sangre is it's a stricter narrative. Santa Sangre is a stricter narrative. You know, it not only has a beginning, middle, and an ending, it's in a structure that audiences are tended to be useful. Holy Mountain is extra. Holy Mountain is extra. That is a movie essentially intended for mystics. Oh, you don't understand what happened in the Lighthouse? I thought it was pretty clear. Yeah, I agree. Like apparently the director didn't intend to make a movie that felt like a Jess Franco film, which is too bad because she kind of nailed it. You know, she kind of nailed it while having a better narrative, while telling a story better. You know, I actually thought Lighthouse was very easy to understand. Two guys are stranded at a lighthouse. They go crazy. One kills the other and then gets fucking killed by a seagull. Yeah, that guy's gonna remake Nosferatu. I can't wait for that. I'm like, okay, man. If Robert Eggers, I wouldn't like if you told me, like even if you told me like Ari Aster was gonna remake Nosferatu, I'd be like, nah, I don't know. Like maybe, maybe not. But no, you tell me Robert Eggers is, I'm like, ooh, okay. This is gonna be insane. You know? Were there monsters or creatures from the deep, or was it all in their heads? The answer is kind of yes. Have I seen Unwelcome? I believe I had. That's the one with the red caps, right? Yeah. The lighthouse. It's a retelling of Prometheus. It's a retelling of the story of Prometheus. No, if you want to see the gender swap version of Shape of Water, it's an Irish movie called Manfish, and I recommend it highly. Because there was an Irish director that went, all right, what if we did Shape of Water, but it was gay and stupid? Oh man, that Manfish is too much. That movie's too much, man. Yeah. Because like you can tell that's what it is, but the fish man looks really stupid. And the filmmakers clearly knew this. So they're like, their solution, they did that thing and they did it really well, where the idea is, yeah, we know this movie looks like shit, so we're going to take it as serious as possible. We're going to try to play this as straight as possible. You know, like this isn't one of the dumbest things you will ever watch. Oh, dude, it's great. Manfish, ask for it by name, watch it, treat yourself. Oh, Cold Skin was cool. Yeah, I liked Cold Skin. Cold Skin's one of the few like good Monster Mermaid movies. Like there are not a lot of good ones, but there are a lot of them. Cold Skin's actually a good one. I actually like Monster Mermaid movies, but like in concept, I like the concept of Monster Mermaids, but like there are only a few of them that deliver. Cold Skin is one of them. And in a fucking weird way, so is Lighthouse. Because Lighthouse shows you something that you didn't know you needed to see, which is what a mermaid's vagina looks like. You didn't know you needed that. Yeah. But yeah, Manfish tries to play it as straight as possible, even though it is patently ridiculous. Oh man. And yes, I have seen oh no, Gracie Strangler is totally art. That's a total art house film. The Lure is one of the other good Monster Mermaid movies. You know, the fact that it's a musical is kind of mind-bending. I don't know how you'd make Mummies scary again. I mean, there's only so much you could do with a mummy. Unless you, like, add something to it. Like, if you did, like... like if you did something along the vein of like Anne Rice's The Mummy, but you know, actually tell a good story. Like Anne Rice's The Mummy might as well just be called "I Fucked a Mummy." Like that's the plot. That's the story. You know how like in Interview with the Vampire, there's like other stuff that happens. Yeah, there really isn't in Anne Rice's The Mummy. It's just I fucked a mummy. But yeah, you could go in that direction with it. You know, where the guy's just like an immortal weirdo that comes out of a sarcophagus. Oh yeah, the Tom Cruise mummy is bad. It's bad. Yeah, gay mummies. Yeah, why not? That'd actually be a really good like fucking. That'd be a good like fucking twist. Like that'd be a good like hook. You're doing a mummy movie, but it's gay guy. The mummy is homosexual. He is queer. I'd totally watch that. Yeah, gay mummies for the win. Oh, man. Oh, dude. All right. I gotta get myself something to drink real quick. So I'll leave you with something to watch while I get some stuff.
They pull the gun on each other, and then they shoot each other. But he can't die because he's an alien
Because
robot.
he's Neil Breen, and in one of his movies, he's always some kind of Superman.
And then he meets up with her in Avatar Land, and then they act like it was like a true love anyway. Like, I'll always remember you.
Yeah.
I'll always love you.
Yeah, it's like, why did she appear
Brainiac.
in Brainiac? Why was she able to appear in Purple Forest? I don't know. Is this an alien place?
I don't know what. Well, I think it's supposed to be where he meets with the Force, because he meets up with the head that looks like that comic with the vegetal jokes.
I don't
or
know
like,
what that is, so okay.
I'll cut to it in the video. It's gonna be really funny.
It's that, Phelan.
It's really funny. Wasn't there like a head like that in that commercial that used to play that you would see on like YTV or whatever?
Oh yeah, and it's like the "We Are the Butterfly" thing.
Yeah. You know what? This felt like this movie felt like that.
Yeah.
It was that stretched to an hour and a half.
Dream of
Yeah.
a thing.
Something
Yeah.
you'd see at 2 a.m. Like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me peace of mind.
What have we forgotten? I'm sure there's a lot. There was a butt. There was butts.
Someone got their butt out for Breen. Butts for Breen.
Anytime a woman has to act romantic with him or get naked or whatever, like, I'm just thinking, like, I feel like it's probably very sweaty and smelly when they're shooting. Like, it just feels gross.
You're the one being meaner.
So Phelan, you ready to answer conspiracies? Tell me it's not true.
I don't know. I've not been in his presence.
I put this movie on my to-watch list, as in Neil Breen on a watch list.
Yeah.
Phelan, do you want to talk about anything else? What else happened?
What a nothing.
I
A
don't...
lot of stock footage, a lot of him making himself jump up. We didn't talk about Spider-Breen yet.
I did bring up Spider-Breen
Did you?
briefly, but what
Okay,
else about
well.
Spider-Breen?
We just need to sing Spider-Breen. Spider-Breen, Spider-Breen does whatever he does.
He jumps up on railings while explosions happen.
Can he integrate himself coherently? No, he can't. He's Neil Breen. It looks like shit.
Here comes the Spider-Brain. We're gonna get copyright strike for that because it's so close to the original song. Yeah, I love that there's no reason for him to jump up on these railings anyway, when he could have just gone in a straight line. But then, like, as soon as he gets up there, like, a leisurely pace as these explosions are happening.
It's just overlaid explosions, and, like, you can see nothing exploded, too, as they're fading away.
And he goes back to the building the next night, because he comes and he's like, I'm gonna end this cyber terrorist attack once and for all.
I've got to stop the Ku's Empire's planned cyber war. I need to end the Ku's empire now. Taking out these pipelines is critical to stopping them. It's time to end his global plans. This is the end for you, Kus. I'm ending this.
But oh no, they slowly faded out, so I guess I'm gonna have to come back. He comes back the next day, and nothing, like, everything's fine. I don't know if he even really got him. They don't really have a conclusion to that. He just, like, he shoots his girlfriend, and she shoots him, and they go to heaven, and then they threaten us with a sequel at the end. I love that he took the time to figure out how to add shadows to people on a green screen, which some people don't.
Good.
Yeah, well, it wasn't perfect, admittedly, but a lot of people wouldn't think about that if they're being kind of amateur about it. But he thought to do that.
He didn't think that shadows shouldn't be in front of his feet.
Yeah, it didn't quite track with him.
Start overlapping with each other and make a weird, like, dark thing in the center of the two shadows. Like, that's not quite how they look.
Phelan, there's an explosion! I'm glad you added a sound effect. I don't have to actually, like, add anything now.
No explosion noise needed.
Justice is served.
Alright, Phelan, do you have anything else to add about the story here?
It's a chore. This movie is like an hour 28 or something like that. And it feels like it's over 2 hours.
It really did. We thought it was near the end, an hour in, and then we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What else do they have to do?
You're a traitor! You're a traitor! You betrayed us! You betrayed us! You betrayed me! You betrayed us.
Neil Breen movies, now that I've seen two, here's my overall feeling here. They're movies you're gonna want to see just one time if you're into these kinds of so bad it's good films. But the first time, it'll be an all-timer. Mm-hmm. You'll remember it. This will haunt your dreams. I would recommend this if people like So Bad It's Good movies, but don't introduce someone to the concept with this, because it makes you work for it.
And there's long periods of you just like, why am I seeing this? Like a bunch of just establishing stock footage shots which go nowhere. He just shows it because he has it.
Yeah. This one I felt like was a little more comprehensible than Fateful Findings, but it's kind of a toss-up, like, if you recommend one over the other.
It's kind of like the plot just dies at the end, and then it's just like we're cutting behind between a bunch of things that barely connect.
Yeah, like there was a theme or something that we were supposed to know about.
We're done. We're done. We're done.
Don't go into this without knowing what you're doing. This is for experts only. This is expert level.
Okay.
So
We'll be right here.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
The end.
Hope you enjoyed that little intermission while we had it. You betrayed the love. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Somebody was reminding us of Homeboys in Outer Space. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So I've been thinking about, like, making the streams a regular thing again. I'm gonna try to do that. And I'm gonna try for a few hours every day. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I am going to try to do these. You know, where I talk to people and we like shoot the shit about whatever. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, I am going to try to revive the Twitch channel and specifically play games on that, because there are a couple of games that I'm playing right now that are I think are going to occupy a lot of my time. Yeah, America's Answer to Red Dwarf, that was Homeboys in Outer Space. That did not whoa. I can see how that could have been good. I could see how that could have been good, but it wasn't. You know? It just wasn't. You know, fucking, if you want to see Homeboys in Outer Space, like, watch Rickety Rocket and then fucking just add gangster rap references. Like, that's basically that. But y'all remember Rickety Rocket? Y'all remember Rickety Rocket? I'm going to remind you about Rickety Rocket. You know, you're going to be like, man, this is some racism.
Far off in the future, a far-fetched mechanical miracle takes shape as a pile of junk turns into an out-of-this-world scientific marvel. Rickety Rocket, blast off! It's Rickety Rocket and the gang.
Cosmo, Splashdown, Sunstroke.
Rickety Rocket! Yeah, that is a show that existed. That's a show that existed. Now, if you're like, dude, that looks racist as fuck. Yes. Oh, yeah, it was before your time, you know? Like, that was a cartoon that they would put on at like 6 in the morning in the 80s because, like, they had nothing else. It was like that and the Great Space Coaster, you know? You're like, what's Great Space Coaster? Oh, I'll show you.
It's the Great Space Coaster. Get on board on the Great Space Coaster. We'll explore a comet ride, a fantasy, to a place where dreams fly fast and free.
With new friends and new things to see,
we'll spin you through the galaxy on the Great Space Coaster. Oh, on the Great Space Coaster, off we go.
Now, you probably think this is going to be a cartoon, right? Wrong. It's live action.
On the Great Space Coaster. 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 Off we go.
See, that's what the show actually looks like.
Much for the National News. And now, the weather report.
If it doesn't rain, the sun will shine. And if it isn't a ganasty day, tomorrow should be fine. This is Hey! What are the balloons for? This is Riddle!
Those are weather balloons, Gary.
What do you mean, weather balloons?
Well, they're very scientific. They can tell you the weather.
Well, how can they do that?
Well, pick up one of those balloons, Gnu.
Okay, here. Like this?
Yeah. Is the balloon wet?
No, it's not wet.
Well, then, you know that if your weather balloon's not wet, it's not raining.
That isn't really scientific, Riddle. Please leave.
Okay, take that balloon right there.
Which one? This one here?
Yeah, the red one.
Yeah?
Okay.
Right.
How do you suppose it got red?
I don't know.
Well, the weather balloon is red because it has a sunburn.
Now, you take this out of my studio. Get these balloons out of here.
Hey, this balloon right here. Take that one.
What,
okay?
All right, this will keep going if I let it. Yeah, Rickety Rocker, we're like Fat Albert with a rocket. And fewer rapes. That's true. That was a topic that Fat Albert covered, which was kind of amazing, actually. It was also less good than Rickety Rocket wasn't even as good as the Brown Hornet cartoon that was in the fucking Fat Albert show. You know?
Bill's right, but first, there's something that's even first ahead of that. First, it's time to watch the Brown Hornet.
Hey, come on, gang. Hey, let's get away, man. Woo-hoo!
It's not a bird. It's not a bee. It's the Brown Hornet. As you recall, last time we left our hero, the Brown Hornet, and his trusty pal Stinger, hopelessly trapped, about to be stir-fried by the cosmic cooking monster Jabberwock. Using the Brown Hornet's superpowers, they naturally escaped unharmed. Now, we pick up with our heroes as they face an even worse threat.
Attention, crew. We're picking up a distress signal from the planet Oye.
Hello. Oh, wow. Is this thing on? Hello.
Brown Hornet here. May I assist you?
Hey, Brown Hornet, what's happening?
You beamed a distress signal to me.
Did I? Oh, wow, so I did. Yep, I did. Let me fill you in, Brown Hornet. I'm the Weezer, the roughest and most despicable villain in the entire galaxy.
I'll buy that.
I'm on my way to take over the planet Oye, and I'm warning you, don't interfere.
A superhero is not easily intimidated. We must intercept the Weezer at Oye.
Oh, wow, man. Far out now, Lord.
What's wrong with everybody? Why aren't they getting ready to defend themselves?
Yeah, hey, bud, don't you know your planet's going to be invaded?
Yeah, well, bummer, man.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Oh, they're not stoned, they're happy. Pleased to meet you. Mellow McSleaze is the name. Making you happy is my game.
These people are happy?
Sure, everybody's happy once they've been through my fully automated satisfaction guaranteed Mellovac.
Yeah, help, the Weezer.
Help, the Weezer's coming. Barricade the streets. let me show you how it works. We merely take this upright citizen here and send him through the door there.
Far out, man. Your evil machine has drained his emotions. You are in league with the Weezer, aren't you?
Correct. And now it's time for you to get mellow, Brown Hornet.
No way they could have dodged that. No way.
Time to throw a monkey wrench into this nefarious scheme. I shall now turn McSleaze's fiendish plot inside out.
I forgot the Brown Hornet could just do shit.
The people are themselves again!
Well, McSleaze is getting away.
Not for long.
Like, where'd that bowling ball come from? Like, Brown Hornet could just do shit.
Now, to take control of this zonked-out planet. Oh, no.
It also goes from day to night. It's day, now it's night.
That will hold you until we can arrange for permanent accommodations at the Space Penitentiary. With the people back to normal, and the Weezer and McSleaze behind bars, the planet Oye is safe once more. Safer still, now that the Oyatians have learned that true lasting happiness comes from within themselves and not from artificial stimulants.
I don't mean to change the subject, but why is it snowing?
That's
not
cocaine!
Snow, that's spaceship tenderizer.
Will our daring heroes survive their latest dangerous threat? If so, how? Tune in next week for another exciting episode of The Brown Hornet!
And that was a motherfucking lie. That never continued shit. We never found out how any of that shit happens. Fucking piece of crap. Brown Hornet's a lie. Oh my God. Brown Hornet, African American Banana Man. Hey, you're not all that wrong. You're not really that wrong, actually. And for those of you who are like, what the fuck is Banana Man? I'll tell you.
This is
29
Banana
Acacia
Road, and this is Eric, the schoolboy who leads an amazing double life. For when Eric eats a banana, an amazing transformation occurs. Eric is Banana Man, ever alert for the call to action.
That's it. That's the fucking intro. Now, let's see, what was another? Oh, if you want one that never fucking made sense. Super Ted never made a lick of sense.
This is a story about an ordinary teddy bear. When he was made, they found something wrong with him and threw him away like a piece of rubbish into an old dark storeroom. Then, from outer space, a spotty man brought him to life with his cosmic dust. He took him to a magic cloud where Mother Nature gave him special powers.
All right.
Super Ted.
All right. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? Let's review.
This is a story about an ordinary teddy bear.
Right, he's a teddy bear.
When he was made, they found something wrong with him.
Right, something wrong with him, they throw him away.
Like a piece of rubbish into an old dark storeroom.
Right, so far so good.
From outer space, a spotty man.
All right, guy from outer space brings him to life. All right, weird, but whatever.
Him to a magic cloud.
And then they go to a magic cloud where Mother Nature gives him superpowers.
That bear became Super Ted.
All right, you got that? You got that? Okay, so now you might be like, well, what does Super Ted do? Well, he does super stuff. And his biggest enemy is a cowboy and a skeleton. Let's review. A defective teddy bear is given life by an alien who takes him to a magic cloud where Mother Nature gives the teddy bear superpowers and he fights a cowboy and a skeleton. Why? You never know. You never find out. I mean, I'm going to say this. Count Duckula at least held together. Actually, Count Duckula's pretty good. Like, it's weird.
Castle Jackula, home for many centuries to a dreadful dynasty.
But, like, it holds together.
Vampire ducks, the Counts of Jackula. Legend has it that these
He's a vampire duck named Duckula.
Destroyed by a
but they fuck up his reincarnation. Now he just drinks vegetable juice.
Suffice, however, for they may be brought
But everything is still
back
horror movie related.
of a secret rite that can be performed once a century when the moon is in the 8th house of Aquarius.
Blood.
Are you getting?
Oh,
This
nanny.
reincarnation did not run according to plan.
Ooh.
In the heart of Transylvania, in the Vampire Hall of Fame, yeah, there's not a vampire any other. He won't bite beast or man, cause he's a vegetarian, and things never run If you're looking for some fun,
Hey, American Nightmare, how you doing?
Count Duckula.
You know, good stuff. Where's the outro? The outro is also pretty good. Ah, there we go. Come on.
if you're feeling all you kind of come be your man of will. If your knees go and your teeth go, maybe you bumped into He flies through the night looking for a bite, but he's back home by daylight. If you sort of, or you're a little, it's certain you run into. If your heart goes, or your mind goes, man, you had a rush with. So watch out for the, beware of the, and pray you'll never meet with.
And then, of course, got the OG. Come on, do it.
He's the greatest.
He's fantastic.
Wherever there is danger, he'll be there. He's the ace. He's amazing. He's the strongest, he's the quickest, he's the best. Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse.
Yeah, apparently they had Danger Mouse revival. Let's, you know.
He's the greatest. He's fantastic. Wherever there is danger, he'll be there. He's the ace. He's amazing. He's the strongest. He's the quickest. He's the best. Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse. Danger
I don't know why they changed the look of the logo. Kind of like that stupid, like, whatever. Yeah, there's something's a little off, you know, it, you know, like there was always something about Danger Mouse that was a little sarcastic, you know. You know, and I thought that was like that was something that kind of got missed. I was like, nah, Danger Mouse is a little sarcastic, you know.
Peculiar Pillowbox, London. And in moneyed Mayfair, within a perpendicular and peculiar pillowbox, disguised domicile of the death-defying duo, Danger Mouse the Daring and Penfold the Pathetic.
Ah, GM, good show.
Yes, Colonel?
Our spotters have spied a spaceship.
Spied a spaceship?
Precisely. Now, I want you two to investigate before this alien, whoever he is, starts trouble.
Trouble, Colonel?
Like interfering with our radio transmission.
Right, you lot. Stop your blathering.
You lot?
My name is Quark. J.G. Quark.
Oh, really?
I'm from a planet far beyond your ken. You ken?
I have no idea why J.J. Quark is Scottish, but
This
whatever.
is a cosmic charter giving Earth to my great-great-great-great-grandfather. Anyway, I'm on my way to take over. And if there's any argument from anyone, I'll paralyze his particles. You ken?
I say, did you chaps get an alien chappie on your screen just now?
Aye, yes, Colonel.
Talking a foreign language?
Well, more or less, Colonel. Says he's going to take over planet Earth.
Great Scott! Better get after him. Stop the blighter.
Right, sir. Come on, Penfold.
Aye, well, it's no so bad. What's it called? The Mediterranean. Ah, well, make a nice enough swimming pool. Hey, Grovel.
Yes, Master.
Ah, stupid robot. I was calling you, not telling you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master.
Now, I want the bottom of this lot covered in tiles. Orange and magenta would be nice, with a big sunflower pattern.
Yes, Master.
Oh, and Grovel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, not again. Get up! Grovel.
I'm sorry, Master.
Changs, when I find the idiot who programmed you, get up and get those concrete wigwams shifted.
They're tombs, Master.
I don't care who they belong to. Get them shifted.
Yes, Master. At once, Master.
Yeah, see what I mean? Like, it was actually a little sarcastic. Like, I think fucking Danger 5 did a way better job at like imitating like that kind of humor.
Why was it that I had to dress like this again? Ha! Your move, Maneki. Again? Oh, very well. And then he whispered to me with his last breath, Pierre, always motherly line.
Отлично.
Naturally. He also told me to make the world's quickest Bangkok sunrise. Tucker, how was above satisfactory? And your double Jim Bourbons, Jackson?
Claire. Where is...
Chill out.
Good morning, boys and girls. We have orders.
Good day, Colonel. Can I make you something?
Yes, I'll have a Bangkok sunrise, yes. All right, everybody. At 0800 hours this morning, the Nazis stole the Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower? Surely the Nazis have...
Shut up, girl. We believe this could be the very beginning of the largest piece of Nazi propaganda ever executed by Hitler's propaganda wizard, Joseph Goebbels. It's safe to assume Goebbels has similar plans for other monuments, and I think we can all agree a world without monuments is not worth living in. Your mission? Find out what the hell the Nazis want with the tower, where they're taking it, and get it back. And of course, as always, kill Hitler.
So good.
Не проблема, Pierre.
Everybody sit down.
Greetings, Colonel.
I said sit down! Now, you know how I don't like to use the sit-down gun, but this morning we just don't have time for mucking about. Major Allied cities have come under attack.
Nazis?
Close your mouth.
Oh, man. Who is the guy who does that voice? I don't think it's Mike Berry, but like yeah, it's a guy named Tillman Vogler as opposed to Matt Berry. Yeah, it sounds like Matt Berry. It's the kind of humor that Matt Berry does, but like it's not. It's a different guy. Oh, hey Lily, how you doing? Hey Spooky Artist, how you doing? Oh. Yeah, I feel like you should spare the wink and smile at the camera, you know? Like it's something Danger Mouse would do, but he wouldn't do it all the time. Like, Riddle of the Gloom Beam? What is that? Oh, Dr. Otto and the Riddle of the Gloom Beam. Oh, geez. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, that's a weird one. That's technically the first Ernest movie. Yeah, I know. Kitty. Hi, Kitty. How you? He's gonna want out. He is gonna want out. No. Hey, who wants to watch
And
a clip
so,
of...
as Mr. Armstrong's expensive convertible races off into the twilight of bachelorhood, we say a fond farewell. And that, my dears, is how it is done by an expert. Thank you.
This is Dr.
By
Goldfoot
the
and the
way, my
Bikini
dears,
Machine.
in case your intended is married, or if you'll excuse the expression, going steady, this little trinket, I think, will solve the problem quite easily. Simply make a present to your rival of one of these handsome pairs of opera glasses. The first thing she will do, naturally, is put them up to her eyes to adjust them. There, you see? The blades are poisoned. In a matter of seconds, no rival. Shut up. All right, follow me. Number six. Number six, this computer will fill you in on everything you need to know to talk intelligently with your wealthy surgeon in Denmark. 10 years of medicine in one easy take. Oh, you're wonderful. Yes. Number eight. Number eight. Number eight, this will indoctrinate you in affairs of state for your rich Italian diplomat. Oh, you're amazing. You can say that again. Number nine. What is she doing here? It was... Well!
It's a rough job, sir. Number 10's getting her musical education, and she's been assigned to the British composer Sir Benton Bixby Billwater.
I know that, you fool! I selected him! Well, disconnect her and let's see what she learned.
Yes, sir.
That movie would not work if it wasn't for Vincent Price. Vincent Price is what makes that movie. Oh, man. What a day. What a day. Yeah, baby. Well, you could absolutely tell that, like, Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine was something that Austin Powers was, like, ripping. You know, homaging, shall we say. Oh, man. Yeah, no, Vincent Price makes every movie better. He really does. He really, really does. Oh, man. Whew. Well, I think... Yeah, the movie... Oh, no. Vincent Price is like the master of like, this movie's gonna be some bullshit, but I'm gonna have fun with it. You know, like he was just a master at that. You know. Did the check clear? Here we go. Yeah. Oh man, no, that was him. He would just do it. And the funny thing is like he started out as a very serious actor. He always played. He usually in the first film he was in was a Hitchcock flick. He played the villain, and it was a non-comedic movie. I think it was God, it's the one about the woman who like loses the ability to speak. What was it? It wasn't The Perfect Crime. That was an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. It's a movie he was in. Let's take a look at Vincent Price movies. Oh no, the first movie he was in was a comedy called Service Deluxe. Huh. And then The Invisible Man Returns. Green Hell by James Whale. House of Seven Gables. Brigham Young. Hudson Bay. Song of Bernadette. Eye of St. Mark. Oh, The Eve of St. Mark, sorry. Wilson, Laura. Keys of the Kingdom. Royal Scandal. Leave Her to Heaven. He did a very early Hitchcock flick. I know that. And it was before The Perfect Crime. I know it was. Okay, maybe if I look at Hitchcock films. What to watch? No. I don't need what to watch. I need to see. I don't think it was A Lady Vanishes. What the fuck? Huh. Oh. I guess I'm thinking of Shock. But Shock wasn't a Hitchcock film. What? I would have sworn it was a Hitchcock flick. Oh, well. I guess I was wrong. Alfred L. Worker. Huh. He directed some of the Basil Rathbone Sherlock Holmes movies. Huh. Well, yeah, all you're seeing is The Perfect Crime. Yeah, me too. I don't know how I fucked that up. Like, I would have. I have like an Alfred Hitchcock collection that I was sure that fucking movie was part of. You know, must have remembered it wrong. I must have seen it on another collection or something, and fucked it up. Damn, sketchbook gave you a paper cut. How's everyone else doing? You know, it's doing. Oh man, let's see. What did we do today? I bitched about my life. We bitched about Rebel Moon. You know, bitched about things in general. Okay, yeah, we've been going for a couple of hours, so I think it might be time to time to say goodnight. So, give me a thumbs up, and tomorrow, I'm going to try to be on Twitch, playing video games, and I'll be back here on YouTube on Wednesday around 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So, until then, give me a like. Ave Satanas, Disco Inferno, and remember, Satan and I love y'all very much. So until next time, remember, wash your ass.